Let's get this jabron out. I think that knock point's off. That knock point's got to be a little higher. Yo, what's up, buddy? How you doing? I think the knock point's off on this. It's got to be a little higher. I got to reserve this. Got to get the new serving on there. Those are right in line. Just a little trying to figure out the height. What is that green thing? What green thing? Oh, this beaut. I don't break her out too much. What are you doing? Yep, I am on a live. How you doing?
Just wonderful.
Ay, ay, ay. Dude, I love this bow. I don't shoot it a whole lot, but it hits hard. I'll tell you what. It's a heavy bow though. So those flew a little better. Maybe the spine's off. That's why. They're meant for 400 spines. I don't know. We'll keep shooting it. Build up those back muscles, you know what I mean? Let's just move up here a little bit. Still sipping coffee. We haven't switched to beer yet. That was money. Luckily, the knock didn't light up for everybody. Like the new setup. Yeah, it's looking good. Thanks for the help, Donnie. I started painting the other stove. I ran out of paint, though, so I'm going to pick more up this morning. That was in there. I plucked the string on it, but that was in there. That's what I don't like about the heavy bows. I tend to pluck the string real bad on them. I don't know why. But I can feel it already. I was getting tired already, you know? All right. Those are touching, but they're not in the center. So I was going to hunt with this bow this year, but it just, I don't know. Yeah, if you pick up some paint, I'll give you the money for it, Donnie. That would be awesome. Since you're already down at Walmart, I appreciate it. That's in there. I can shoot okay. I just the heavier poundage bows, dude. I don't know. Let's compare. I'll shoot the longbow now. We'll shoot that at the other target so you can kind of see. That's not the right arrow though. I need a different tip on this. Actually, maybe I don't. I can't remember what the insert weight is on this one. Oh, it doesn't come out. That's why. Nice. All right, we'll shoot the other target. See what's up. I reserved this last night. I'm not really sure what my tip on is. Money. I have a feeling I'm about to stack them in there too. We'll see. We shall see. But yeah, I switched up the serving material because this stuff, I don't know what it is. I have the spool somewhere, but it's so much stronger than the other stuff I had. Money. Oh, what's up? What's up? Can we see how it does against the car? I don't know, maybe. Wouldn't be my first time shooting it. Look at that. Like you can see, and this is why I always advocate for a lighter bow. Let me zoom in on them for you. Just a tad. Look at that group with the 37-pound longbow versus this, which is all over. And that's with a, I don't know, I'm drawing about 50 with that bow. It makes a difference, guys. That's why I tell everybody, start light. I would much rather have that shot group on an animal than the other one. That's just me. Heavy arrows, faster arrows, I don't care. I'd rather take the shot group that's actually decent. And that's in there. Lighted knock didn't light up, but that's fine. She's in there. I'll just stack them all day with this bow. It's a beautiful thing. Yeah, we got 78 people in here and 2 likes. Double tap that screen. Help out a small YouTuber, guys. I would appreciate it. Ooh, that one was a little right. But it's right by 2 inches at 11 yards. So you know what? I'll take that. I'll take that all day long. Let's shoot the self bow a little bit. Let's take these off of here. Too many bows, guys. Too many bows. I don't know where I'm going to put them. We'll set them on the ground here. Well, I'll make you guys a deal. If we get to 50 likes, I'll chug a beer for you. How's that sound? It's like 9 a.m., but you know what? I'm willing to sacrifice for you guys. I just want you to remember that. Let's shoot the self bow a little bit. This thing shoots really high, so I'm going to have to string walk quite a bit. But that's okay. I got to get the right arrows for this. But once I do, I'm probably going to back it with something to add a couple more pounds. It's at 32 pounds right now, so it's not quite hunting legal, but almost there. Ah, man, see, that's the problem, though. That's worn out right there. We'll throw it on right there. That's going to mess stuff up, though, I think. We'll see. Money. So, like I said, yeah, I think I'm going to throw a backing on this, and then we'll see what happens. I think that'll be perfect with a backing. Money. Money, money, money. But what's everybody up to today? What are you guys doing? Let me pin that. Pin message. There we go. All right. I think most people are out hunting right now. Right there. Those arrows are touching. Perfect. Yeah, most people are probably out hunting right now. Me, I don't know. I'm not a morning kind of guy. I don't know about you guys. Not a fan of morning hunts. We're not quite at the rut yet, so to me, there's just no there's no point. I mean, you can't kill deer from your garage like this, but this is what it is. That go all the way through. Jeez. Oh, man, those are stuck in there pretty good. I'll have to unscrew and pull them out. But, yeah. What's up, everybody? All right, get these back in here. That's the only thing. That thing punches hard. That bow hits really hard. I love that, but I don't like other stuff. Doesn't matter how hard the bow hits if you hit in the wrong spot. You know what I mean? Does not matter. I think I'm going to spend a lot of time today reserving bows. I also owe everybody a video if you watch my content regularly. Just for a little while. Let's see. That height's perfect. I'm just a little right. So nice thing is, if you end up a little right with a trad bow, you can always add a little, like a little felt or something to the right side of the riser, if you're a right-handed shooter. Inside of the riser, we'll just phrase it like that, and that'll correct that problem. Money. That was perfect. As long as it's not a tuning issue. If your arrows are tuned, you're good. But if they're not tuned, then you probably want to work that out first. I might have to sand that down a little more too. We'll get it. I carved this bow out of a 2x4, so shoots pretty good. Maybe we'll kill a deer with it. I don't know. We'll see. We shall see. Why does that sound so loud? It sounds like something's slapping. I don't like it. I don't know what it is. We'll work it out. We'll work it out, you know? It was crisp this morning. That's why we got the wood stove going. Of course, I need some better wood because that other stuff needs to season. It's not, that other wood is not burning good. I plucked that a little. There we go. There we go. Man, chat's dead today. Guys, tell me what you're doing. Talk to me a little. Talk to me. I don't like this. I feel like I'm alone right now. 100-some people watching me, and I feel like I'm alone. Those are touching. As I like to say, that sounded expensive. See, and I need a glove that really has like the padding all the way back on the second knuckle. So that's where I've changed my grip to start gripping it. There we go. I'll take 4 arrows touching. Let's do that. Let's do that. Where's my sage at? Let's give her some love. This was my hunting bow before I switched to the longbow. I had 4 kills with it last year. I don't know. It's just a little louder than I want it to be. So. I don't know if I string like this. Just loud. Like I don't know if you guys can hear the difference or not compared to the longbow, but it's a big difference. It's a very big difference. Fingers hurt. Guess we're not getting 50 likes today. You guys don't want me to chug beer. The chat's dead. It is what it is. It's all good. I don't want to chug beer anyway. But if you like the content, we have a series that we call Campfire Chronicles. We do it every Sunday at 7:30. It's me, Donnie, Bill, and Tim. And so tomorrow night we will be on doing our Campfire Chronicles, same as normal. If you want to tune in, we'll be shooting the bows again. It'll be on this channel this week. And then next week, I don't know whose channel it's on. Maybe it's on Tim's. I can't remember. That was money. Just takes a little bit to figure out where I need to aim with each bow. There we go. You know, I'm not letting your guys' lack of interaction bring me down, okay? I'm going to tack a cold one either way. Cheers and good morning. Mm. Nothing crisper in the morning, I'll tell you what. So at like 11 yards, I've got, I don't know, a 2 or 3 inch group with the longbow, and that's good. I'll take that any day. I got to refoam this target, I think. But arrows touching. Knocks aren't getting destroyed yet, but I'm getting better with it, so that'll come soon, I'm sure. One day I'm actually going to Robin Hood one. We'll see. I don't know if any of you have watched me previously, but if you like the new setup, let me know. If not, we can switch it back or something. We'll figure something out. It's a weird day. I don't know where all my moderators are. Just Donnie in here. It's all good. Everybody's got a life to live. Probably won't stay on too long then. Be on for another 15, 20 minutes. Then we'll shut it down. Just a quick little live before we do the Chronicles tomorrow. Oh, let's go poke the fire a little. Get that going. Hot embers up there. Let's throw a piece of like good dry stuff. Get that in there. Yeah, I don't know. That other stuff just doesn't burn very good. We're gonna have to work that out a little. Do something with that. See, as soon as I got a nice dry piece of hardwood in there, it's just ripping. You guys even see the? You guys can't even see the stove. Y'all gotta yell at me in the future. There you go. Stove's ripping. Y'all gotta yell at me if you can't see the stove. All it took was a poke and some good hardwood, and she's good to go. Poke her with your hardwood, I guess, is the moral of the story. So, I don't know. Let's talk hunting. Hopefully everybody's had a good season so far. I've switched over to I've kind of switched out of doe killing mode, and I've switched right into chasing big bucks, and it's a rough transition. I'll tell you what. There's a very big difference between hunting does and hunting bucks, and it's rough going from one and seeing deer every single night, seeing a ton of deer every single night, to now I've gotten skunked twice this week. You know, I didn't see a single deer. So the hunting is harder. You know, I'm hiking up mountains. I'm not just laying low anymore, or sitting like down in the valleys. I'm hiking up the mountains trying to get. I like to be like 2/3 of the way up the mountain. But yeah, so it's a rough transition. Anybody who hunts, you know the differences. Big difference in hunting bucks and does. Whoa, that's a Pookie bear. What are you doing? Ellie, come say hi to the people. Ellie, hey. Can you say hi to the people? Hi to the people. Here, do you want to shoot the deer? Are we gonna shoot it? Okay. Shh. It's right there. We don't want to scare it. Okay. We don't want to scare it. We don't want to scare it. Shh. Ready?
Whoa!
We got it. You gonna get the arrows? Okay, let's go get the arrows. Why'd you leave the door open? It's nice and toasty in here. Is it nice and toasty in here? Getting there? Once we get the ceiling up this weekend, it'll be better. Whoa. Sorry about that. Hopefully. Oh my goodness, I've missed all this chat. Oh my gosh, it wasn't scrolling. Alice, what's up? Guys, my chat wasn't scrolling. I am so sorry. Oh man, I'm out here talking crap on you guys. I apologize. Ay, ay, ay. Ay, ay, ay. Nah, I didn't go to the Philippines. The Philippines came to me. What's up? Actually, how did we meet? We met on a dating site. Plenty of Fish, I think, is what it was. So. Ooh, plucked the string on that one real bad. I always can tell. I always end up way left where I want to be. They have PCP air guns in the Philippines. That sounds exciting. Aflac. Craig, good morning. Bud, what's up, man? How are you doing? Guys, I'm so sorry. I'm out here talking shit. I'm like, oh, they don't want me to drink beer. Nobody's talking to me. And then, man, she was already a citizen. I don't know why everybody assumes that. But whatever. It's all good. Now I'm getting tired. I'm just going to shoot all over the place. Whoa, I don't think we can say something like that on here, buddy. Heck yeah. Hey, if you don't start in the morning, you can't drink all day. Those are wise words, guys. There we go. Sometimes it's just about concentration. It's just all it comes down to. I don't know. I know very little about the Philippines. I've never been there. I don't think my wife's even been there. She hasn't been over there in like I don't know, 12 years or something. She moved here with family, or immigrated here with family. So, yeah, I don't know. I know like Salamat. I know. That's about it. I don't know. Thank you. That's about all I know. Red Horse. I know Red Horse because that's the beer they drink. Just a little right still. Just a tad right. I got to shoot outside a little bit today too, but it was cold this morning. It was down in the 30s. So, and then I'm painting the wood stove. That one's going in the house. So. Aflac, that stinks, man. But hey, you know what? Get back out there and get on them. I've been hunting bucks this week, and hunting bucks, there's, like I said, it's just different than hunting does. So, they're different animals, especially like big mature bucks in Pennsylvania. Like these mountain bucks, dude. Like you got to get up those mountains if you want to kill them. So it's hard. San Miguel. Heck yeah. I think it's San Miguel. Alice, he was stating a place, but my concern with it, he's stating an area in the Philippines or something. My concern is that YouTube might not know that, and it might just get flagged automatically with the comments. So we gotta be a little careful on that one. Maybe I'm gonna add an actual grip to this thing too, because it's just a piece of plywood or a piece of 2x4. What'd you say? Aflac. There you go. Hey, a lot of times you can get more than one shot at these bucks, you know. Dude, Red Horse is where it's at if you're gonna drink Filipino beer. Money. I could kill a deer with this. I know I could kill a deer with this. The problem is I need a little more poundage. It's 32 pounds, and the state minimum is 35. So I'm gonna add a backing to it, and then see if that gets me where I need to be. I also need different arrows because these arrows are just not heavy enough. These are like 1,000 spine arrows. just shoots great, though. I love it. A nasty headache. Well, so Bud, if you were drinking it over there, it's probably because it was like 18 or 20 some percent alcohol. The stuff we get over here is regulated, so I think it's only like 8 or 10. It's not nearly as bad. It's still good though. Yeah, so this is actually a longbow. You can tell the difference because there's no like actual recurve. There's no curve back in the limb tips. This one I actually made myself. But like I was just saying, I need to put a laminate on the backing of here because it's at 32 pounds. Adding a laminate might get me to 35, and then I can go and shoot a deer with it. That was really high. Wow. I don't know why that was so high, but and then I do have some other recurves here. I've got. What is this? This is an old wing. What's the story on this? I can't remember, but this thing, I'm drawing like 50 pounds with this thing. This thing, I love how pretty of a bow it is. I'm not accurate with it because it's such a heavy draw. And I know some people don't think 50 is a heavy draw. When you have a 31.5-inch draw, I'm telling you, it's a heavy draw. It's not pleasant. I can shoot a little here. We'll shoot her a little. But such a great bow. It's 67 inches AMO. 67, I believe, is what it is. But I don't know. It's just not enjoyable for me to shoot because it's so heavy. But it hits hard. I will say that. It's 50 pounds versus what I normally shoot, which is 37, you know. There you go, Affleck, go ahead. My advice, so if you're going to start filming your hunts, why am I talking so loud? If you're going to start filming your hunts, I always tell people, you either want to film deer or you want to kill deer. But as soon as you choose to do both, you're going to end up doing less of each of them. So just be aware, adding a camera makes it a lot more difficult. Money. I don't know. Maybe I'll take this thing hunting. I'd like to put a tally on this at some point. Such a beautiful bow. Got this for $50 at a farmer's market. So, but yeah, filming your hunts, it's another animal. Especially like I've started ground hunting quite a bit because there's a lot of deer that I can't get close enough to from a tree. So it's no, it's not a GXP. It's a GHET. I wish it was a GXP. That'd be sweet. It'd be worth a lot more too. That was really high. Why was that so high? But yeah, I'm just not nearly as consistent with this, so I haven't taken it hunting yet. Maybe if I shot it more. The GXP is just like I don't know what you want to call it. It's the nicer version, more limited version of the GTs. But I haven't seen a Striker Blue GXP for sale in a while. It's been a minute. I think most people at this point are kind of holding on to them because we're right on the brink of them. The GXPs at least becoming like having some collector value to them. I can shoot okay with it. I just got to really focus and blow my shoulder out a little. Yeah, GXPs have the 6.2. This only has a 6.0. So Affleck, that's a great question. I go live pretty randomly. Like this morning, I really wasn't planning on it, but I had to do work in the garage. I fired up the wood stove. I'm like, all right, let's go live. We do have a scheduled live for tomorrow evening. We call it our Campfire Chronicles. It's me and 3 other gentlemen that do it. So 7:30 Eastern tomorrow night. See, I can shoot pretty good with this. Maybe I'll take this thing hunting. I don't know. We'll see. What do you guys think? This thing is well, it would be faster if it didn't have a lifter failure. I got to pull the motor. I got to do a lot of stuff to it. So we're getting there, one thing at a time. we'll start a G8 fund on the channel here. Donate to get the G8 running again. So my problem is like lifters, like I could replace LS7 lifters. My buddy has a cam I could stick in it. I think it's like the little Lunati or whatever, which is a decent cam as long as you're using a stock converter. So I could realistically fix it up for a couple $100. The problem is when I do it, I would really prefer to put a different converter in it and make it just, I don't know, make it chop a little more, you know what I mean? Something about that chop. And then once I do that, it'll be good for a little bit. So that's the only issue with them. The lifter failures is pretty common issue. It's related to the DOD they have in these cars. The displacement on demand causes the lifter failure. So what are you gonna do? It happens. Stick and Fish, what's up? What's up? Looks like we got some veterans in the chat. I love it. Does this guy live here? I would live in my garage. My wife wouldn't allow it though. I was telling the guys, so we're getting the ceiling finished this weekend. So that's going up. That'll help keep a lot of the heat in. And then it'll be nice and warm out here. Once we get the new gasket on the stove, I have gaskets for this stove, so we got to get new gaskets on that. It'll burn all night. So I think I want to put some like fold down bunk beds on the wall or something. I don't know how I'd even do it. Like fold down bunk beds on the wall and then just like, I don't know. I would just get drunk and crash out here. If you haven't watched the Campfire Chronicles, which is a series we do every Sunday at 7:30, like we get pretty rowdy. So I would absolutely just sleep out here. Oh, that stings, Stick and Fish. We've been getting slammed at work too. So we obviously the government's shut down right now. So we have a lot of employees that are furloughed. The problem is I'm not one of those employees. I'm special and I'm necessary or essential or whatever they call it. So I still go to work, but now I have to support a lot of like training and stuff, and I don't have any help. So it's going great. Money. So we'll just open today. Oh, pheasant open today. I wanted to go pheasant hunting, but I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I'll do that later. I really want to take a bow for pheasant hunting. I need to get some flu arrows, but I think I could do it. I don't know. We'll see. Not with this bow. That would be a great time to use the Black Hunter because it's only like 25 pounds. It'd be perfect. We'll see. Why was that so high? Is it just that arrow? I know one of the arrows I shot last time was really high too. Maybe there's something wrong with it. So some of these have a 150 grain insert in them, and I think this one has a 75. We're going to set that arrow off to the side. Something's not right with that. I know one of them I shot in the last group was really high too. We'll see if it was that one or not. Yo! Thank you, Shibe. Cheers, brother. Appreciate it. Oh, so this is actually coming undone pretty good. Perfect. That's why I've switched to the other material for it. I'm shooting about 11 yards in my garage here. So, and we're actually going to knock down this wall here. We're going to frame in the rest of it because I have a carport, and for whatever reason, they didn't just add the garage door to it. But we're going to frame all this in, and then I'll be able to shoot about 16 yards in my garage. There we go. That was money. These arrows are not tuned right, though. I'm going to reserve this. I'll get my knocking point back right, and then we'll be good to go. But, yeah, what's up, everybody? How's everybody doing on this fine Saturday morning? You guys should be out hunting if you're not. Yeah, but I've been monetized. So I've been monetized for 2 weeks now. I haven't turned it on all my lives. I don't know. I haven't been on top of it. This is also like the second live I've done in 2 weeks, so I haven't really been doing a lot. Money. Maybe I will take this hunting. We'll see. Whoa! Hey, moderator's gonna get you. There you go. Yeah, I monetized about 2 weeks ago, Alice. So you know, I'm just rolling with it. I had a couple videos, like, and this is one of the things I've tried to do differently with my new channel. I've gone away from the lives. They're really good for getting the watch hours. However, once you monetize, they don't really make you much money. What is that, Jessica? Jessica, what's up? No, you're not going to use slurs or you're going to get banned. Alice is quick on it too. That was up. I barely even had time to read it, and she already had you off there. So. Oh, I plucked that so bad. It's actually not too bad. The arrow kicked left quite a bit, but it is 2 inches to the left. But so yeah, so I've gone away from just relying on my lives to kind of like build a channel. I know that's kind of what we did on the last channel, and I know somebody's still kind of doing that. But my long forms are doing really good now, so that's why I've built this channel up the way I have. And most of my watch hours didn't even come from lives; they came from my long forms. So they were the reason I was able to monetize so quickly. So for anybody building a channel, I would highly recommend you work on your long forms because they're super important. You know, if you want to build a channel around lives, it's like I said, it's a really good way to get monetized really fast. But it's not going to benefit you in the long run. You know, shoot the bow. Don't tell me what to do. Just a little low. I wouldn't even say that's an inch low. Now, guys, look, if it's... So, I was on a live previously, and I was cursing a little bit, you know, normal stuff. I'm in the military. I do it all the time. Just, it's like second nature for me. And then I was like, we don't have any kids on here anyway. And then I had like 3 kids. They were under age of 16 who chimed in. They're like, I'm a kid. I'm watching. I'm like, well, you know what? We're going to clean it up a little bit then, because if I have any influence on the younger generation, I'm going to try and be a good influence. You know what I mean? So. Those arrows are touching. That's what I'm talking about. Maybe I'll take this out hunting later. We'll see. Thanks, user something, something, something. Yeah, Alice, I trust me, I am absolutely not worried about what other people are doing. Trust me. I just, like I said, I'm just telling you why I've built this channel up differently than what I did with the previous channel. Because ultimately, I want to bring in more money from long forms than what I was. So. Nice. Money. Heck yeah. I'm absolutely trying to be a positive influence, especially in the hunting community. Like, there's so much negativity right now. So much what everybody does is just about being better than other people. And I'm like, dude, whatever. We hate on people for shooting small bucks. We hate on people for shooting small deer. You could shoot a 160-inch deer, and someone's still going to comment and be like, oh, that's a small buck. Like, okay, whatever, you know? We hate on people for the type of equipment they use. You know, whether you use a crossbow or a compound or a trad bow. It's just silliness. Money. I shoot so good with this bow. I love this. I wouldn't recommend this bow to anybody because I had to do some work on it, like straight out of the box. It wasn't cut right, but. 18-pound bow. There you go. So I really love Where is it? Where did I put my black hunter at? So this is my black hunter. It's a 25-pound bow. And for practice, I absolutely love this bow. It's just fantastic. And there's a lot of stuff. A lot of times, heavier bows kind of cover up some form issues because it's shooting faster. And this bow will just, it'll show you what you're doing wrong. I love shooting this bow. Shoots really high, but I love shooting it. So I'm going to start, one of the things I'm trying to start doing. Ah, thank you, Stick and Fish. Cheers, brother. Thank you. Appreciate you. That goes towards the beer funds for tomorrow night. Because, yeah, it's a GHET. We do the Campfire Chronicles every Sunday. So if you guys want to tune in for that, that would be cool. We get a little rowdy. Tomorrow night is my turn to host it too, which makes it even better. Morning beers, exactly. You cannot drink all day unless you start in the morning. Fun fact. So, yes, the GT has the V8. It's the L76 motor in it. The GXP is like the nicer version, more of a limited version. They made significantly less of them. That one has the 6.2 liter LS2 motor in it. But then they also made a 6-cylinder. I don't see a whole lot of six cylinders with them, though. Morning beers for everybody. That's a pretty good group. Pretty good group. I'll take it. Man, we're about ready to poke that fire again. Donnie's gonna pick up some more spray for me, some paint, spray paint. I gotta spray this other stove. That one's going in the house. It's getting cold. It's going down to the 30s, so I gotta get the stove in the house. I got a lot of stuff to do today. Only rifles, okay. So I will say, it's a lot more ethical to rifle hunt, and I truly believe that, whether other people do or not. You can be super deadly with a bow, but sometimes stuff just happens that's outside of our control. And, you know, like the deer ducks, the deer steps off right at the wrong time. Like, stuff just happens, and you end up losing a deer. You're an inch high, and you just lost that deer. Whereas with a shoulder shot, with a rifle, that thing's dropping right there, you know? That was high. Pluck the string a little. But, so yeah, from an ethical standpoint, I think rifle hunting's really the way to go. That being said, I've never even taken a deer with a rifle, so. Maddie, what's up? How you doing? Yeah, Stick and Fish. It's just one of those things. Like, it's just, I don't know. Like, I absolutely love bow hunting. I love the intimacy of it that I think you would kind of lose with a rifle. Because if I'm shooting a deer 100 yards away, I don't think my heart's even going to flutter a little bit. You know what I mean? It's going to be like, all right, there's a deer, and then we're just done. So. And I'm not hating on rifles by any means. I will actually hunt with a rifle this year. I always say I'm going to, but this year I absolutely will, because we'll be down in West Virginia. I'm down there for a very limited amount of time. So we're down there. We have 2 days of bow season, and that transitions right into rifle season. So while I'm down there, I will be hunting with a rifle during rifle season. Because I don't want to come back empty-handed. So that's about that. Fishing should be with a shotgun, right? I don't care. I don't think you'd get enough penetration in the water to actually do anything. I think Mythbusters tested that, didn't they? Compound bows are better. It's really a matter of opinion. So I know a lot of people who lose deer with compounds as well. I can think of several just in the last week here. You know, it's one of those things, once again, like, it doesn't matter what I'm using. If I'm using a bow, I like to keep it within 20 yards. Just bow hunting for me is within 20 yards. So, and I've been that way. That's one of the reasons it was so easy for me to transition over to hunting with trad bows, is because I was already getting the deer within 20 yards. So that wasn't like I didn't have to learn how to get deer in 20 yards. I was already doing it all the time, and those were the shots I was taking. The furthest I've ever shot on a deer was 37 yards, like, and that's it. So, Sean, what's up? Morning's going good. How are you doing? And this is just my opinion on it. Like, and that's the beauty of it. I know some people who are very successful taking 50, 60-yard shots with a compound or a crossbow. You know, it's all about what you want to do. But for me, like, there's too much outside of my control when it's outside of, especially 30 yards with a compound. When it's outside of that distance, there's too much that's out of my control that I don't want to take the shot, you know? Exactly. Stick and fish, you said it, man. I don't care what anybody uses. We are losing hunters rapidly. Just get out there and hunt. Just get out there and do it. You're from New York City. You're not too far. I'm from central Pennsylvania, south central Pennsylvania, Harrisburg region. So you're about 2 hours away, not too far. But crossbow guy, 250 yards. Hey, if you could make it work, you know. New York, PA, no wonder you use bows. So look, and I've already debated the ethics of it, right? But like, if you're not bow hunting, you're missing out on the best part of the season. Like, it's so nice out right now. The last week's been pretty crappy, but before that, and like going in this next week here, when it's like 55, 60 degrees and sunny, it's awesome. Oh, dude, like, and I'm going to call out the compound community here, right? Because most of the people I see in the trad community, like, they're so happy anybody's participating in the sport that they welcome them and they try and help everybody out, right? But the compound community, dude, they bash on anybody who uses a crossbow. If you use a crossbow, you're the worst hunter ever, blah, blah, blah. Like, dude, just chill. And that's not all crossbow people. I'm sorry, not crossbow. That's not all compound people by any means. Trust me, that's not everybody. But it just always seems to be the compound community that's bashing on the crossbows. And it's like, dude, your compound has more in common with a crossbow than it does with one of these. And I will die on that hill. The only thing in common is they both need to be drawn back. That's it. There you go. I use a longbow too. I use compound too. When I'm out of state, I have no issues with the compound. Yeah, stick and fish. I don't know what it is, man. And that's, like I said, it's not everybody. But I'll tell you, like, even previously, like my first year hunting, I kind of had that mindset. I was like, oh, like, I'm shooting a compound. I'm somehow better than crossbow people. Like, and it's so stupid. But that it's a toxic mindset that other people pick up on, you know? That's my issue with it too, is like it's very toxic mindset for people just coming into the sport. Yeah, stick and fish. It's the truth, dude. Like, you have a mechanical release, you have sights, you have stabilizers, like, you're shooting twice the speed of one of these. It's so much more in common with a crossbow. Yeah, dude, crossbows are awesome. I like the name too, but I'm not going to say it, Mike. You silly goose. You're not going to get me. Is there decent hunting in the York area? I don't know. I don't really hunt down there. I drive through because I hunt down around Baltimore, so I drive through there quite a bit. Just over the border, there's good hunting, so I would assume in the York area there's probably good hunting too. I just don't know how much private, or I don't know how much public land there is. So, for anybody who doesn't know, I pretty much strictly hunt public land. I don't have access to a lot of private and stuff. Brittany, what do I hunt? I pretty much only deer hunt. I don't know. I do waterfowl occasionally. I do pheasant occasionally, but deer hunting has my heart. Deer hunting with traditional archery equipment really does it for me. Yeah, so you're in a great area because if there's not a lot of public land in York, you can go right over the border to Maryland. The license and tags will cost you about $220. But there is some fantastic hunting down there. It is heavily pressured, but there are a lot of deer. Most people don't want to shoot a deer down there. They don't want to shoot a doe down there because you have to have it quartered. Nice. You have to have deer quartered before you bring it across the state. Absolutely, I eat them. Heck yeah. I've got, what do I have? I've got 6 deer in the freezer. No, I gave one away. I've got 5 deer in the freezer right now, so I'm doing pretty good. But flatwood bows, nice. Very nice, Mike. Yeah, I would like to go out to Ohio. I don't know. I have some military obligations coming up the next year. I don't think I'm going to get down there or over there next year. Maybe the year after. We'll see. Same with like most of the Midwest. I would like to go out somewhere and just see 150-inch deer and just get to be around deer that big, because most of the deer, like a mature buck in Pennsylvania, can be 120 up to 150. Anything over that's very rare. Honestly, I've only seen one deer, I think, in person in Pennsylvania that was over 140 inches. So, yeah, I have a dog, my Sadie Bedady. Illinois, all right, I'll come out there. Don't threaten me with a good time. Working class, I missed your question, man. Definitely bigger deer. Well, so there's actually like some biological reasons to that, right? So we have way harsher winters here in Pennsylvania than you have in South Carolina, and they've recently discovered that these deer, like biologically, they're genetically different. They're not even, yes, they're both deer, but they're not the same type of deer. It's the same thing, like if you go up north, like Saskatchewan and like some of the northern places in Canada, they have whitetails, and those whitetails will be 250 pounds. You know, in Pennsylvania, that's, I shot a buck last year that was 208 pounds, and that was a big, mature Pennsylvania buck. So, no, when I'm talking inches on deer on like a buck, I'm talking like it's how they measure the rack, how they measure the antlers on a deer. I would love to hunt caribou. I have cousins in Alaska that do caribou hunting, and they pretty much just drive around on snowmobiles, and then they take 300-yard shots on caribou. It seems like a good time. All right, let's pull these. I probably got 1 or 2 more groups in me, and then we'll start shutting it down a little. Just get more arrows for this bow. Let's get some more wood on there. This punky, this hemlock, some punky hemlock wood on here. The other part is the hemlock doesn't leave like any coal base on here, which sucks. It just burns down to ash. That's why you got to burn. The hardwood I have that's like half rotted leaves a better coal base than this hemlock. I don't know what's up with that. So if you're from out of state and you want to go to Alaska to hunt moose, there's a lot of stipulations, especially with a bow. Like I'm pretty sure my buddy goes up every year and he does it. And Bud could correct me if I'm wrong. If he's still in here, Pure Alaska, he hunts moose. But if you're from out of state, there's like a skills test to archery hunt up there. You need to have at minimum, I believe, a 50-pound bow. There's a lot of requirements for it. So 90-pound doe, there you go. Congrats, working class. Should I be drinking and operating stuff like that? I don't know. I don't know, but it's a good time, isn't it? I mean, I'm in a block garage. Like, if I missed, I'm just gonna break an arrow. So, yeah. So I don't think people realize either how big those animals actually are. Like, if you're talking like a over 1,000-pound bull moose, the work just starts when you shoot that animal, and then you're making several trips out. The hind quarter alone can weigh over 100 pounds. Bud, Pure Alaska, he's still on here, yes. Go to his channel. He's got a lot of info on moose hunting. He's done a lot of it. So if you have any questions about moose hunting in Alaska, Bud would be more than happy to answer them for you. I am not qualified to do that, though. Yeah, elk hunting's on the list, too. I'd like to do that. I don't even bother. Pennsylvania has a small elk population, but I don't even bother applying for the tags because it's just, I don't know. People go their whole lives and never get a tag. I don't really feel the need to. I would like to go up and see them, though. So I remember a couple of years ago, my wife and I went out to Washington. We went out to Mount Rainier, and we stayed in these little cabins kind of like out in the woods. And I remember walking out my door in the morning, cup of coffee in my hand. I walked out the door, and there's an elk, like not even 20 feet from me. And I'm looking up at this animal, and I'm like, oh man, I didn't realize I would have to look up to look into the eyes of this animal. I didn't realize they were that big. So it's definitely a humbling experience, I'll tell you that. It's something. It is something. And then a moose being even bigger, I'm sure that would be quite the experience. Oh man, Bud's cracking the whip. I love it when you guys try to play with my moderators. Flipper Dude 6, what is up? We got it. You don't got to spam it. I got you. Relax. I'm just shooting lights out with this bow. I started out hating this bow, and then once I fixed the riser, you can see where I had to like Dremel it away because it wasn't cut right. It was cut uneven and just was shooting like crap. No matter what, the nocks of the arrows were actually catching on the back of the riser. It was bad. So once we got that worked out, it shoots pretty good, but that's the one reason I wouldn't recommend it to people. Yeah, luckily Bud's got some. He's a veteran, so he's got he's got some experience humping some weight around. So I'll tell you what, like that's the one thing that's kind of helped me out. I've packed out several deer this year. I think 4 of the deer I've shot I've packed out, and it's much easier than dragging deer. But when you're 2 miles deep and you're going up and down hills and mountains, it's still not fun. Aflac, you better shoot it. Does don't get a pass. They don't get a pass. So, alrighty guys, well, this has been an awesome live stream, but I'm right about the 60-minute mark, and that's where I like to turn them off because I'm just tired of shooting. So, I appreciate it. Thank you for all the interaction. I'm sorry I was a little late to the chat because it wasn't scrolling. So, I'm sorry. Hey, if you guys want to see more, tomorrow night, 7:30 Eastern Time, come on out. It's Campfire Chronicles. It's on this channel this week. So, if you want to check us out, it'll be a good time. We're shooting the bows. We're going to get, I'd say a little drunk, but we're going to get way drunk. We always do. And then, yeah. So appreciate everybody who super chatted. You guys are awesome. Appreciate all my moderators. You guys keep the chat clean. Can't thank you guys enough. I will catch you next time.